yes. Gray Rizzy, we out here for another grind set. It's coming to you from PVA Studios in Harlem, New York City. Shade 45 was going on. It's your guy, Gray Rizzy. We got a special guest, man. She's a transplant. I'm looking at her because she left us. New York City. I'm not even mad because I left too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lockstarr in the building. What's up? How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you knew your way back around the city. You know what I'm saying? You still remember the streets and all that?
No.
Nah.
I had a lot of help.
Okay.
I had a lot of help.
All right. GPS is on everything right now.
I didn't even drive, man. I just,
No?
my cousin helped me navigate through this city. It's a madhouse out here.
It's crazy. I mean, especially with COVID. First of all, let me say thank you for making it up with all that. Just traveling itself is a pain in the ass. But
it really is.
The really, really crazy thing is that there's no parking. You know, everybody's outside. Restaurants have moved almost into the middle lane.
Exactly.
It's a lot going on. But, you know, people trying to get their business going. And that's exactly why you're up here for all your music.
Exactly.
So how is everything going with your music? We were talking about Charlotte. It has a lot of eyes on it. Shout out to my brother, the Baby. You know, of course, on my man Carter, South Coast Music Group, $1 Billion Baby Entertainment. There's a lot of dope music and dope artists in Charlotte right now. You're one of them. But how has everything been for you, man? Because I'm seeing you making a lot of moves.
It's been a little bit of a struggle, just breaking out and getting discovered. It's just being able to find the right avenues and getting yourself getting the right exposure. And that's pretty much has been a problem. Like living there, I've definitely felt a spark in my creativity. There's so much down there that you can draw from in reference to being able to come up with concepts, and whether they be visual or musical. So that's not the problem. You can go down there and create all day. It's just getting that creativity in front of people who understand and can accept it.
Right, you have a lot of dope music too. And the funny thing about in Charlotte, I didn't notice this because I'm always on the hunt for hush puppies. I ain't gonna lie, I'm always trying to eat while I'm in Charlotte. But what I didn't notice is that the creative community is very strong down there, and a lot of people help each other in different ways. Yeah. Especially the homie that does, what is that, the Do-Rag Fest? Y'all heard of that down in Charlotte? There's like a do-rag. In fact, maybe I'm telling my shit a little bit too bad. And shout out to the homie too, man. But anyway, let's talk about your music. Now, you have been in the game for how long? I think I've heard about you before, man. I think I've heard of some of your music. Maybe I want to say like 2012, 2013. I know you've been putting in work.
I've been putting in work. So prior to all that is happening, which is just amazing. I'm so psyched to be here. Like, no, I'm talking about
being here. I'm psyched for you being here too. Shit. Yeah, let me join the bandwagon with that one.
I'm super psyched. But like before this, I was featured in The Source.
Oh, nice. That's not easy.
No, it's not easy. But I had got the attention of a A&R at Sony, and he was interested in one of my singles at the time. So that's probably how you heard of me beforehand. And then things just got quiet. And I was like, man, it's getting too quiet. I got to get back to work.
Right.
You know? So I want to make sure that this is an opening for me that I can maintain, like just keep moving, keep my name out there.
Well, let's talk about your name, Lockstarr. How did you come up with that name?
Love others constantly, keep striving to attain real riches.
Oh, you hear that shit flew right off? Hold on, you might have to slow that down. Hold on, we got to get some snaps ready. Let me go ahead and do this shit like I'm on the draft. I want to be down too. Shit, hold on, I want to make sure I got my Lockstarr hat on. Slow it down for the people. How was to do that one more time?
Love others constantly, keep striving to attain real riches. LOCKSTAR.
I hope y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. That right there was bars in itself, man. What about your music? How would you describe yourself musically?
It's definitely a vibe. It's vibey music. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a trap artist. I think trap is more.
You know, when you say vibe, that's kind of like general blanket type of statement.
It's a very blanket statement. And it's because as an artist, you're always growing. You know, you're finding niches for yourself, and you're kind of trimming down exactly who you are and what your sound is. Okay. And that's just where I'm at right now. Honestly, if I'm honest, I do have a broad sound. I can make a reggae song because I produce a lot of my own tracks too. I don't just rap. I produce.
Cha-ching! That's another check right there.
That's how you diversify your income. So it's not just about being able to rap. I want to be able to sing. I want to be able to arrange my stuff on my own. So I would just say right now, it's definitely, I would definitely say mood music, vibe music. I speak for the underdog.
Copy. I like that right there. This is what I want to do. I want to get to some new music with some new clothes. Can we do that?
Yes, we can do it. Yes,
we can do the new clothes. Shit, I need some new clothes because I've been working from home so long. I don't even know how to shop anymore. I don't know what the fuck is going on outside, but I know about this music, and I know about Lockstarr. She's in the building with us right now. We out here, Shade 45, Gray Rizzy. Keep it locked. Yes, sir. I like the explosion. I used to have gunshots.
Okay.
Motherfuckers used to duck all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you have two types of responses. They either duck or motherfuckers pull out their guns. I don't want either.
Yeah,
So
nah.
let me just have a little explosion over
Right.
here, man. But you know, we're exploding because the music is dope. We got Lockstarr in the building. It's Gray Rizzy hanging out with you on Shade 45. So who, you know, your journey, it took a little pause. It slowed down a little bit, but
It did.
you didn't stop though. Like, what kept you going? And the reason why I ask you this question is because I think when it comes to social, there's a lot of cats who tend to think that this thing moves like this, which it does. But the work that you have to put in to get to that speed,
Right.
there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and sometimes it takes a lot of time for you to get to that point. What didn't, I don't want to say, why didn't you stop? What made you keep going?
I wasn't expecting this to happen overnight. You know you got to put in your work. You got to earn your space. And then I'm not looking to be a trend artist. I'm not looking to be here one day and then gone the next. So you have to earn your keep. You got to stay with it. And the only way to do it is to keep getting better at the craft. Show that you have the ability to have longevity in this industry. And that takes work. That is not an overnight process. And I respect that process. I had to learn to respect the process because I'm not saying that I didn't get tired or that I didn't get frustrated. I felt all of those emotions. I felt a range of those. Hell, I felt a range of those emotions coming here. But it's like you do what you need to do. You take the exposure and you let it make you better.
What's some of the best advice that you've gotten on your journey?
It's funny because when you was talking about the baby, you mentioned Carter, and I tend to speak to him quite a bit because I used to.
Let me say this correctly. I'm sorry, King Carter.
King
Because I
Carter.
remember the first time I met Carter, I was like, "Yo, fam, what's your name?" He's like, "Carter," and the baby was like, "Let me say that correctly. The baby, big baby Jesus." He was like, "His name is King Carter," and I was like, "Well, shit, if that's your name, man, then we gonna say your name, King Carter." He was like, yeah, cool, King Carter." So
Right.
King Carter, shout out to him. But what did he happen to say to you?
He really dropped a lot of jewels on me. We sat down for dinner one day, and he was just telling me that this is a content game. You win with content. So it's not just about having good music. It's about understanding how to use content and social media to draw your audience in. And that was some of the best advice I had because as an artist, all you think you got to do is make the music. And that's it. And that should be enough. It's never enough.
That might be the easy part.
That's the easy part.
Right.
Is to create. There's a whole different side of it that people may not even be fully aware of how to accomplish that side of it or to be successful in that side of it. But having those kind of brothers in my circle like that and being able to have access to them where when I need something or if I want advice about something, they'll be able to tell me what I should be doing.
I'm glad that you understand that, you know, that's an asset. And
It is definitely an
It's
asset,
definitely an
for
asset,
sure.
man. Definitely, if you're out there and you're listening, you're an artist, you're a producer, you're a songwriter, you need to tap into those. You can't do it by yourself, but you got to trust the people who's telling you shit because they'll tell you some shit like, yeah, man, go ahead and wear the rainbow hair.
Oh, no.
And then we'll see how, you know, some of that shit works out. I like one color, not exactly five in your hair at the same time, but who am I? You know, I just play the records and you know, talk to a lot of cats in the beginning of their careers.
I don't know about you, Rizzy, but there was a time where when you did stuff like that, people would clown you, like real, like it's not even that it's rainbow, it's a lace front. Like he's obviously wearing like he's very transparent about the fact that it's a lace front. Like,
but you know what? I guess if we're talking about what Carter said, he owned his content.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine, if you don't know already. He owned his content and he ran with it. He might have ran a little bit too far over the line, but he ran with it. And he got to own that. But, you know, that man is that man. I'm right here with Lockstarr. That's all I care. This is the conversation I care about right now. We're going to get into some music. You don't have to worry about hearing that, though, because I will not be playing that. But we're going to play something else. Give me somebody who you rock with right now. Who was you listening to on the ride up?
oh God,
You
we were
listening to a lot?
the radio, but
Don't tell me some John P. Key, because I know
Nah.
church music always end up in the ride somewhere coming from the north to the south. It always in the south to the north. See, I know it. It always ends up. But
Yo.
Rap-wise, hip-hop-wise, who was you listening to?
Rap-wise, my favorite artist, hands down, is Royce the 5'9".
Oh, that's my bro right there.
Oh.
Have you ever met Royce?
I met him once, and he was not in a good mood.
Yeah?
So it wasn't the best experience, but I have so much respect for him as an artist and as a lyricist. I was just like, man, fuck it. I'm just happy I'm in the same room with you right now, you know.
Well, you know what? Let's go to the allegory, man. We're going to play something off that. Shit, I might play a couple of joints, man. We might go to the Book of Rhyme, which I'm still pissed off didn't get a fucking Grammy. And
Yo.
Royce be telling me to calm down, but that's another story for another day. I ain't going to go get worked up. Lockstar's in the building. It's Gray Rizzy. We out here, Shade 45. Keep it locked. What up, folks? It's Gray Rizzy. We out here right now. Shade 45 riding around with a grind setter segment with the homie Lockstarr in the building. You know, I almost feel, you know, there's this thing in music. There's just energy. You know what I'm saying? Good energy. And when good energy is there, you want to have longer conversations and really find out more about it. And you have that. You don't always get that. Believe me, I can speak on that most recently. But you don't always have that. It's good that you have it. Thank you very much, man.
Oh, yeah.
Where does that come from for you, man? Is it family? Is it, you know, something core-wise that you grew up with?
It's that, and it's just humility. You learn a lot of humility when you spend enough time in this game, you know. And having a bad attitude don't get you real far.
It don't.
It really don't.
Get you to the back of the line and kicked out.
Exactly. So I know that just coming in here and just really just being myself, it's just part of my makeup. You know.
Well, something that I heard in the music, and we're going to get to this song in a couple of minutes in the next break, but when you said vibey, the thing is that when people haven't heard it, they just kind of like, what does that mean? But when you listen to the music and then you hear it, I get 100% of what you was doing. I almost caught a fucking ticket riding out to your music. I was like, shit, I'm going to get pulled over. They go, and what are you going to say? Lockstarr? That's not going to pay the ticket. It's not going to work like that. But, you know, you have this melodic flow. Like, while you can rhyme and spit on something like New Bars, a song that we're going to get into in a few minutes, very melodic singing. Is that you? I that's the question I had. Is that you, or is that someone singing on the hook?
No, that's me.
Okay, so
that's me.
Where did that start in your career? Like, how did that come about? Because, you know, this is the industry of you can only do this, or you can only do that. But you're doing both, and goddamn it, you're doing it well. Like, where did you get that from?
Really, it's just not having access to singers. It's just that serious. Like, I would record a song and I'd have a hook, and I've never really felt comfortable as a singer, but you know what you got to do, and you know when you have this vision of how you want your dream to be, you want to see it completely fulfilled, right? So if I can't find a singer, then I was like, I guess I got to damn be one. You know, and then a lot of training went into that. Got to a point where I was comfortable. Now if I want something sung on my track, I sing it.
You know, I know this is probably not the best story to tell, but I remember who I think is a very talented artist who made a stupid bonehead mistake. Tory told me that. And I remember Tory Lanez told me that, like, this is one of his first interviews when he came to the States from Canada as an artist. I'm not saying we were his first stop. Like, I'm not fucking immigration or some shit. We didn't stop him at the border. But he was saying that. He was like, yo, you know, why did you start singing? He said, because I didn't have access to singers. And I just kind of taught myself. Is that something that you taught yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you go to school? Did you have any, you know, traditional training?
I just joined the choir at church.
I knew it was church. I knew it was going to come back.
I
knew
really
it was going to come back.
I joined the choir at church because I felt like that would give me enough practice, and it would get me in front of people doing it. If I can do it in front of people, I can damn sure do it by myself. So I was like, join the choir.
Copy. Yeah, man. I like that right there. For all my choir goers out there, don't front, because y'all motherfuckers be doing the worst of all 6 days. But Sunday roll around, you are in church, waving your hands in the air. Well, we gonna get to some music. Y'all ain't low, though. I just said all that to let you know y'all ain't low. I got Lockstarr in the building. It's Gray Rizzy. We out here. Shade 45. Cheer. Oh, yes. It's Gray Rizzy. We right back at it. We got Lockstarr in the building. I wanted to make sure I had the song right because this is the song that almost caught me a fucking ticket. So I wanted to make sure I had the correct name. Do you curse in your? That's something like I didn't notice. Like I was listening to the music. I don't know if I heard curses or not. Do you curse in your music?
Absolutely.
You curse in your music, okay? Because I'm swearing and shit, and we talking church. I just want to make sure I wasn't being judged. That's all.
No, fuck that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're saying fuck that on a Thursday, Friday, something like that. We're not saying it on a Sunday. Please do not judge us. We need all your prayers. Believe that. So what's going to be the next couple of moves for you? Like, are we putting out a project? Is there EP, LP, mixtape? What's next for you?
I'm definitely not interested in putting out a project. I'm going to be releasing a couple singles. And during this time, I'm going to be using this time as a way to experiment with my sound and evolve it a little bit more. And just find that niche sound that I'm looking for, because it's a difference between making good music and star quality music. I think at this point I'm making good music. I want to get to that point where it's next level. Like when people hear it, it automatically resonates with them. They automatically go batshit over it.
All right, so what's batshit? Talk to me about that. I have expectations now.
You ever hear a song and within like 10 seconds you're getting lit? You don't even know who it is. or what the hell they talking about. You just lit. That's where I see myself doing.
Okay. I like that right there.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't go into the studio doing it. It seems to me for you it's quality over quantity. Because there are, and I think maybe somebody been saying that because I see the smiles around the room. But there's a point where I've seen people say, "Yo, I want to put out 15 projects within the next 3 months," and I'm wondering, well, what are those projects going to sound like? I'm not mad
Right.
at you wanting to do all of this work. I'm
Right.
curious and questioning, what is it going to sound like?
Right.
So would I be right with that for you? That it's the quality over the quantity
It's
that you're putting out?
absolutely the quality. Absolutely. I think now what we hear, especially, I don't know if it's what we hear mainstream.
Speak your truth.
I'm
Come on,
Lockstarr.
Lockstarr. Talk to
so
him.
this is how I feel. Like as far as mainstream music goes, I feel like people make music with the intention of making money, not necessarily making art.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I understand the idea of making money, but don't lose the art in making money. There's a happy medium. I don't know why nobody's finding that happy medium yet, but I want to be the kid that finds the happy medium.
I can tell you why, because you got these businesses that are out there that are just pushing, and not letting you grow.
Right.
See, what you just said, and this is my opinion, but art has value in itself, right?
Yes.
So you dictate what the value of your art is.
Right.
But if you're pumping out a whole bunch of stuff, is it really art, or is it just you trying to keep up?
It's you following a formula is what it is.
And then you start chasing the radio record, and next thing you know, you're trying to sound like this person and that person, and then you got to ask yourself, are you really you?
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's not where I'm trying to go.
Good. I'm happy for that. Now, I don't want to say devil's advocate, but if you're investing in yourself, you're working
Absolutely.
towards something. Obviously, you want your art to be valuable. Some people would say like, "Yo, well, I got to get paid for my work."
Absolutely.
So how do you balance that for yourself?
Well, it's about being able to. First of all, we really, for real, we know that there's not a whole lot of money in music anyway. Not like how it used to be. Nobody's buying a house off of streams or anything like that. That's not what's happening. Where they're getting their money at is they're diversifying their portfolio. They're getting endorsements. They're producing. They're writing songs. These are all the things that I'm able to do. So that's how I want to be able to get to that bag, is being able to say, well, yes, I can rap, but I can also write. And I can also produce, and I can also, help create a whole record. So, as far as that, yeah, you want to get paid for your art or whatever, but I don't want to let money dictate how my art is perceived.
Right.
I want to just stay as true to who I am in my art as possible.
I gotta tell you, you sound more like an owner than an artist, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? You sound more like a creative than just. It's not just one thing for you. You sound like you could do many things.
You can't be no one-trick pony in this business. You ain't gonna make no money like that.
That's a fact, else you'll be out here on Twitter. Yeah, that's a fucking fact. I just want to be clear about that. Before we get into this song and before we close out, I did want to ask you this question. One thing that I learned, and I might be dating myself, but I remember I was in a studio session with Mary for I think this might have been her first or second album or something. I've been around since she was singing background for Father MC. I dated myself. Fuck y'all. All right. So look, here's the thing. Drink lots of water. You won't have to worry about looking like something. One thing that somebody says, like, you feel the pain in music, and the more pain that you go through, the more powerful your music can be. Who hurt you on this song, Self-Destruct Mode? Like, cause I'm hearing stuff in this song, and I'm like, this sounds very personal. This doesn't sound like you wrote it about something. It sounds like this is personal.
No, it's not general. It's definitely personal. I'm glad that you felt that, because that was the point. When I write a song, to me, a song is a world that you're bringing people into, so that they can, for those 3 minutes or however long the song is, see what's going on in your world from a personal perspective. When I wrote that song, my mother had actually just passed away. And what had happened was, a lot of people that I thought were my friends, they just weren't being really supportive. I mean, I just lost one of the most important women in my life, one of the people who shaped the woman that I am today. And to not have her around, and then to also lose friends, the hook comes from me questioning myself in reference to my judgment, that I would bring people in my circle like that and not be aware that they were that treacherous. What's wrong? I started saying, well, what the fuck is wrong with me? And that's basically how I came up with the song. I had no idea it was going to be a song. I just channeled how I felt.
Mm. And it came off very strong. And this is the song that I was talking about earlier where she's singing and she's rapping over it. And I think you should be really proud of the work that you put out. This is also the song I almost caught a ticket to, so I just want to be clear about that. Before we get out of here, I want everybody to tap in with you. I think you're an amazing talent. I definitely want people to stay in touch with you. What's the best way? Twitter, Instagram, all that. Let's promote it.
IG. Twitter, it's all the same. I am Lockstarr. I am Lockstarr. I also have a website.
Okay.
www.iamlockstarr.com. So I can be reached through all of those platforms. It's the same name.
And there's somebody right now hating on the fact that I have one of these hats. Are you selling merch?
I am selling merch. I absolutely do. I have sweatshirts. I just didn't bring them up here.
Okay. It's cold outside. Just, letting you know. But look, this is a dope hat right here, man. This is New Era. Shout out to the family over there at New Era. Is it 5950? Yeah, it's 5950 right here. Look, they got the thing right there. I'm selling for her. Don't worry. I don't want any percentage. I just want you to get the good music, man. Lockstarr, I really appreciate you being out here, all right?
Thank
you. Do you want to go ahead and go into this song? Huh? You want
let's do it.
All right, so before we do that, why don't you do this? If you missed any part of this interview, you can catch it on demand, SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Search Lockstarr, Gray Rizzy. You'll be able to listen to it when you're ready. And secondly, since you're following her and you're in the following mood, you already got your phone? Follow me, damn it, at Gray Rizzy, GrayRizzy at Shade45. This song is self-destruct mode, right?
It is.
Turn it up. You're going to love it. Believe that. We out here. Whoa. Peace.